It is one of the most dramatic, profoundly moving, and profoundly controversial of all religious practices.
Oh, no!
Leave.
No! No!
You can turn back now, or learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. For millennia, civilizations across the planet have feared spirits, ghosts, and demons. Tales of possession date back into prehistory and across religions, including Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism. Signs of possession include contortions, inhuman strength, clairvoyance, speaking in tongues, and manifesting strange injuries. The modern world dismisses these beliefs as primitive and unscientific. In the US, most people associate demonic possession with horror films like The Exorcist. A frightening story, sure, but only a story. When did exorcisms stop being serious religious rituals? Here's where it gets crazy. Exorcisms continue today. To some people, the idea of possession is still considered very real and very dangerous. Religions that believe spirits may inhabit people also provide a means to drive out or exorcise a spirit. Islam and Hinduism both contain rituals of exorcism, but the most famous exorcists come from the Catholic Church, which has conducted exorcisms for centuries. The Church recognizes three types of exorcism: baptismal, simple, and real. A baptismal exorcism is the blessing of an infant before baptism, and a simple exorcism involves blessing a place or an object. But the exorcism most familiar to fans of horror flicks is known as a real exorcism. In this ritual, a church-sanctioned exorcist attempts to drive Satan out of a human victim. It's very difficult to gain authorization for an exorcism, and with good reason. Exorcisms can be fatal. In Germany in 1973, a young woman named Anneliese Michel died during an exorcism, and she was far from the first death. So where's the proof? To skeptics, exorcisms are a vestige of a time before modern medicine. The alleged victims of demonic possession may actually suffer from more believable disorders, such as schizophrenia, epilepsy, or Tourette's syndrome. These disorders can cause hallucinations, seizures, and facial or vocal tics, all of which could be misinterpreted as signs of possession. But if all possessions were just misunderstood cases of mental disorders, then why do exorcisms still take place each year? The skeptics believe that exorcism has become big business for confidence men and charlatans. While the Catholic Church requires all exorcists to be priests, many self-appointed exorcists will conduct the rites on their own, for a profit. But Catholic investigators often have possession victims screened for psychological problems before continuing to the rite of exorcism. This implies that at least some cases must be found to have no basis in mental disorder. No one's sure how many exorcisms the Church conducts each year, and the Vatican doesn't publish the results. Skeptics believe exorcisms cause more harm than good, and deaths have certainly occurred during these rituals. While the Vatican hasn't published much supporting empirical evidence for cases of exorcism, the Church seems to have enough evidence to convince itself that these conditions are genuine and unholy. So why isn't there a better record of exorcisms? If there is proof that spirits have somehow possessed living bodies, it would be revelatory news, vindicating the Catholic Church and other organizations, unless, of course, there's something they don't want you to know.
How do you know that someone is possessed by a demon, rather than just someone who's under tremendous psychological strain?
There are specific signs. For example, if a person has an aversion to walking into a church and not being able to view a crucifix or an image of Christ. Another sign could very well be if a person possesses a competency in a language that they otherwise couldn't speak. They can take on a serpentine look and coil up in a very serpentine body language manner, and I've seen that happen.